Shatz, and we're at the Slaptown Showdown 3. How's it going, Neil?
Good. It's nice to see a lot of my friends are showing up to the show, and even some out-of-state guys like myself.
What state do you actually live in?
I live in California, and I was pleasantly surprised to see some people that I didn't think would show up, like Bowen and Keith. It's great to see them. Kaylee is out of state, but he's a regular at the tournament, so I wasn't surprised to see him, although I was happy to see him. So it's nice to see that turnout.
It's good that they come down for the Portland tournaments. A lot of people, well, people might not know that this is a pinball tournament. And then the other thing is, you're like one of the best pinball players in the world according to the Pinball Records or whatever. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's a site called www.pinballrankings.com, and currently they have me at number 6. And the way that works is when you go to tournaments that are sanctioned by IFPA, which stands for International Flipper Pinball Association, you can get points in the tournaments, and the more highly you place at the tournaments, the more ranking points you get. So if you do well at a lot of tournaments, you can work your way up in the rankings. So it's a combination. First of all, you got to go to the tournaments. They got to be sanctioned, but many tournaments are nowadays, which is good. And then if you do well, so if you're playing well at the tournaments and going to enough of them, you can definitely get your way up there.
May I ask, do you have is pinball your main, is that the main thing you do? Do you have a real job per se, or is that?
Well, my main hobby is, no worries, yeah, my main hobby is pinball. It's, there's not enough high-paying tournaments to make it something you can do full-time, so...
So your main hobby is pinball. What's happening with pinball? Where is it going to go in the next few years, you think?
Well, I think the tournament scene has been growing very rapidly over the past few years, and a lot of that has been due, I think, to the very ranking system we're talking about. People are getting more into it, seeing that they can become a ranked player and really get up on the charts and be appreciated by their peers. And so I'm seeing tournament play proliferate, and I think that's where it's heading, is that I think there'll be even more tournaments. I think there'll even be some corporate sponsorship down the line, maybe in a couple years, maybe not now, but so I see the tournament scene really growing is what I see. A lot of younger people are getting into it, which pleasantly surprised me as well.
Do you think it will ever be a televised sport? Kind of like what the poker did, you know, how that became popular because someone put it on television?
Yeah, great question, Drew. So people have started to use these camera rigs that show the entire play field. So the way they have the rig set up, the entire play field is shown on a rectangular screen, and so observers can see exactly what's going on. And because of that innovation, which has only happened in the last couple of years, I do think you'll see some television. Maybe it'll be web TV, more so.
Yeah, that might make sense, because a lot more people are on the internet than television now.
But I also feel like you may also see it on regular TV to some extent, like on ESPN2. Maybe not in a major way, but I think because of that innovation and the growing number of tournaments and just and the cultural shift where people are more apt to become interested in niche activities like pinball, or I've seen dominoes on TV.
Yeah.
People are getting into some very specific interests, and I think because of that and the camera innovations that you will see it to some extent.
I wonder if that came out about the same time as the pole camera.
That's a very good question. Yeah, that could well be. But you know, it's definitely I'd say 70–80% chance that it'll hit the TVs. Especially things that are streaming like Hulu or some of those other.
What about? I wonder about my concern about that would be licensing for, because a lot of the games are licensed for like Lord of the Rings or like I wonder if showing that on television is going to be a different.
I think
concerns with that. You know.
I think because Stern there's only one player in town and it's Stern. I think. It would be easier to do that than it might be in years past when you had several major manufacturers. So a company like Gottlieb, which has been long out of business, if you televise the Gottlieb machine in a tournament situation, you might not have to worry about it because Gottlieb is a long defunct pinball company.
Licensing issues. So. All right. Well, cool. Well, thanks, Neil.
My pleasure.
I'll chat with you soon. Good luck.
Good talking with you.
Thank you.